Hey guys, JawsTheSharkReviews here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe class, Ratchet. So here he is in his ambulance alt mode, but first, here we have the packaging, and yeah, let's get a close-up look at it. So, yeah, here's the front. As you can see, 19 steps to convert from robot to alt mode and back. And then we have art here of Ratchet in robot mode and in ambulance mode. You got this here. Here's the top of the box. Then you got the bottom. Here's the side, as is what we saw on the front. And here's the other side. And last but not least, here is the back. So you see here, he's kind of in a little fighting position, you know. He's got the old Captain America, I could do this all day pose. And yeah, here's this down here. And that is pretty much it for the packaging. So moving right along, here we have Ratchet, and yeah, this is one that was definitely highly anticipated by many, especially those who are, like myself, who are fans of the Transformers animated cartoon, because a few years ago, it all started off in Legacy Evolution when we got Prowl, and then a year later, we got Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. And since then, we've gotten other anime characters, more like obscure ones, like we got Motor Master, we got Waspinator, or Wasp. Well, it was Waspinator before he was Waspinator. He was just known as Wasp, but they call him Waspinator for trademark reasons. And then, I'm trying to think, I think, was there like one of those Autobot Sentries or whatever they were called? That was in one of those Target 4-packs. And then, finally, now we're back to the main Autobot cast with Ratchet right here. So, yeah, let's go look at him right here. So, yeah, as you can see, this is him in his more, his ambulance mode. A lot more red than in G1, that's for sure, while still having a good bit of white. Here's the bottom. Now, if you guys, especially at the bottom here, you could probably, like, for some of you probably are like, wait, haven't I seen this figure before? At least this, or more so, have I seen this mold before? And, yes you have, if you're thinking correctly. That mold is the Earthrise Hoist. Yeah, I know, we're going back many years now. Well, 6 years. Yeah, I guess it's a number of years, so... yeah, that's what this guy is. He's just a heavy retool of that hoist. So, initially I was a little skeptical, because even though I think that hoist figure is fine, I was thinking, well, maybe they could do better for Ratchet, but, what I think now, well, you'll have to stick around to the end, haha. But, yeah, I mean, what would you expect? I mean, this is a video, not just a little saying, yeah, I hate this figure, or yeah, I love this figure, like, you know. It's my critical in-depth analysis, so you're just gonna have to stick around, or if you want to skip to the end. I don't care, honestly. I really don't care. But yeah, so here he is. So as you can see, you got his flashers painted up here. Get a little USA red, white, and blue, or blue, white, red, however you perceive it. You get the little pulse symbol up here. Not Hasbro Pulse, but just a heart pulse. So yeah, there's a little, it's hard to see because of the white. Let me try to tone this down, but there are some details on the sides. So that's pretty neat. And I do like too, they did sculpt in the little gas panel, so you just open that, put the pump in, yada yada yada. But my favorite part, though, is probably the front. I mean, that should be for just about anybody, because it just looks nice, especially with that sort of, kind of gives off like I know it's an ambulance, but it kind of gives off like a military vehicle sort of look. I like the aggressive headlights. Like, if those were eyes, you better watch out, because they look pretty sinister to me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, he does. It is a little odd that he's got a little bit more like off-road tires, you know, from being an ambulance, but that's just kind of a leftover from Hoist. But you know, it's not too bothersome. I don't mind at the end of the day. Now I would show off. This is the part where I normally would show off accessories, except for this review I kind of want to do it later on because, as you can see right here, his accessories are stored within the vehicle. Now you don't have to keep it in that way, but I feel like I'd be taking too much time just I'd have to de-transform him a little bit to get some of them out, and it's just going to drag the review on. So I'm just going to show him off in robot mode, and for storage I'll just show it off like as I'm transforming. And you do get some storage up here too, so if you want to plug in any of the weapons that you'll be seeing in a minute or so, then this is where you plug them in alt mode, aside from down here of course. So yeah, but anyways, now for the alt mode size comparisons. Here he is with the Earthrise Hoist, and last but not least with his fellow animated Autobot brethren. Now without further ado, let's get right down to the transformation. So yeah, even though this guy is, well, a heavy retool of Hoist, there are quite a bit of differences in the transformation, you know. I mean, he's in an ambulance this time, not a tow truck, so you could probably imagine a little bit of differences, but they're a little more drastic than expected. So yeah, so starting off, you just want to open up this back section right here, and ooh la la, there's already some accessories, so you can see how scattered around they are. So we'll go ahead and remove these. Now these, well, I'm trying to get this out. I think these were his main weapons in the show. They were like electricity or something, or like he zapped or blasted. I don't know what he did with these. It's been too long since I've watched the show, but you could probably search it up, TF Wiki it, and it'll tell you. But I do remember seeing on, you know, him use these quite a bit. So there's that. And then next, you just want to lift up this layer, like that. Oh yeah, it detaches from back here, and then lifts up, and hey, there's his head. And that reveals yet another accessory. Oh, actually two accessories. So I'll go ahead and remove this. Now this one, I have no idea what this is supposed to be. Is this like a machete or what? I don't know. But there's that. But this is pretty obvious to tell. It is an axe. So there's that. So was that 4 down, 2 to go. The rest are right here, but I'll show it off later. So yeah, then you just want to flip out the legs like so, and just keep them nice and straight. Then you want to bring up the arms right here, and at the same time move up the front of the car, and then that's when these get removed. So let me go ahead and get those out. These are mostly just tools, pretty much. The only real weapons he has are like those white ones with the silver on the sides. But these are kind of his medical tools. So this appears to be like I can't tell if this is like a gun or a flathead screwdriver. I really don't know what this is. But this is definitely a wrench. So, you know, there's that, so he can fix up his bots. I was gonna say, why would a medic need a wrench? But then I remembered, alright, he's a medic for the Transformers, not for humans, so they have differences. And then yeah, then after that, you just want to move out the shoulders. And there we go. And then you just want to flip this all over right here, and then I'll click into place there. And then just rotate around the head like so, And that should probably click, there you go, into place. And then just bring this down, rotate around the shoulders, and then move down the other parts of the shoulders, down like this, then rotate around the biceps. And last but not least, you're just going to close up this back right here. It looks like, oh yeah, I forgot. You do have to extend this down. Oh, jeez. that wasn't meant to happen. But you do want to bring that all the way down, so that way when you line this up, this should go into that. So let's go ahead and do that. Right there, and do we get it? Do we get it? Let me just double check real quick. Oh, duh, of course. So what actually happens here is, oh, not that. You just want to move the hinges up like this, so that way this can safely be attached. And now, once you have that all done, there you guys have Ratchet in his robot mode. And yeah, I think he looks pretty good. I'm gonna be frank with you guys, he's probably not my favorite looking robot mode of the 4 main Autobots. Probably the weakest, but even then, I still think he looks pretty solid. Like, I think he turned out a little bit better than I thought. But yeah, let's get a close-up look at him right here. So here's the head sculpt. Perfect. You know, that's like exactly, or at least just about exactly as it looked on the show. So I do like that. And if you look really, really closely, you can see his little cleft, the little cleft in his chin, which, you know, was, I think, a little bit more exaggerated on the cartoon, but still. And yeah, you got an Autobot logo, big old Autobot. I mean, we saw it in the ambulance mode, but there it is again. Can't tell if that's scraped or, I don't know. Probably noticed that too. It's a little iffy looking. Hopefully that wasn't my doing. I just hope that was like that in the box, because, oh man, then what am I doing with my figures? And yeah. Not a lot of paint, but I mean, he kind of has more of a simplistic color scheme. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty fine looking. I mean, the only goofy looking things are the arms. I think his arms were a little bit more muscular on the show, but I can, like, I know this is supposed to just be like a retool of Hoist, so I mean, they're not going to have, you know, it's going to be a little bit hard. Yeah, me personally, I think they should have done a new mold, but honestly, I think this is fine. Like, I think it's fine enough. Like, you know, I mean, it could have been a much worse result. I mean, I'm like, you know what? This ain't too bad, but I think they could have, you know, had a little more room to try something new. But I don't know. It could be a budget thing. I really don't know. But yeah. So for articulation, his head's on the ball joint, so you can move it all the way around if you'd like. You can wiggle around. His head looks up this much and down that much. His shoulders do move a full 360 degrees, and it can also move in and out. And he does have a bicep swivel, then at the elbows, and he does have wrist swivels. He does have a waist swivel. Legs can kick forward this far, back that far, and he can do the splits that far. Thighs are on a swivel. Knees do bend, and ankles do pivot. So, there you go. Pretty simplistic. You know, it's about the average Deluxe articulation, but I still think it's fine. I think it's alright. So yeah. Now for the accessories, of course he comes with his 2 main little weapons right here. And yeah, he can hold that right in his hands. And there we go. So you can zap or pew pew. I forgot what he does with these, but it kind of looks like they'd be some kind of taser or blast taser. I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah, there's that. I think you could put on his forearms if you wanted to as well. Let me look at the instructions real quick just to see, like, do these go, like, which way are you to attach these? Okay, it doesn't really say. What about the box? Okay, the box has it on the forearm, so I think that's the correct way to put it. So we're just gonna do that. Yeah, I think now that I remember, yeah, I think he did have it like this on the show. So that's how that looks. I think it looks pretty nice. You know, gives a little more character. And yeah, he has his little tools or whatever you want to call them. So you got his hammer, he can hold that in his hand, you could put it on the back or on the sides of the back. I know, right? Is his back so big that the back has sides to it. And you know, you got all this here, so you can give him whatever you want, and he should look pretty good, pretty cool with it. So there's all that. Lots of loose stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove all of this, just for now. So yeah, yank that off. There we go. We don't want to yank it off, but want to be careful at least. So yeah. Now, anyways, if he can stand up straight. There we go. Is he good? I think he's good. Alright, so anyways, now for the robot mode size comparisons. Here he is with Earthrise Hoist, and here he is with the rest of the Autobots so far. God, they look so good together. So there you guys have my review of the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe class Ratchet. And in my opinion, he's mostly good. I will say on his own, he's a pretty good figure. In comparison to the other three animated Autobots we've gotten so far in the past few years, he's probably the weakest one in my opinion, but still though, I mean, I still quite like him, especially in the alt mode. It is, I forgot to mention, it is a little, the front of the ambulance kind of feels a little short. I mean, because like it's there, and then the bomb gap, like just go back to the beginning of the review when I was showing off like him up close in ambulance mode, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It just, the bumper is too high, it just feels like, and then there's just a whole gap. But aside from that, the ambulance mode's pretty good. He does have a nice range of accessories, probably the best we've gotten out of the animated characters, or the animated figures so far. And, you know, and I absolutely love the head sculpt, you know, it's definitely animated Ratchet, and I quite like that, so, but yeah, so overall, fairly good figure, nothing impressive, but still, definitely, you know, if you want to get a brand new animated Ratchet, I'd say hit this one up, if you want. So yeah, but anyways guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and share. And comment down below what you guys think of Ratchet here. Do you like this one more? Do you like the old ones from the late 2000s more? Just let me know down below. And yeah, so anyways guys, as always, till all, R1.